Okay, so this video is going to be a quick update regarding the flow of content on this channel, The Language Bro. In late August of 2025, I created a small video called a small update where I basically gave an update about the flow of content on this channel. I explained that, from September to December of 2025, the flow of content would be slow. I was making like 1 to 2 videos a week because I had to focus on my Spanish classes. But now that the year is finished, it's time for me to finally move on. And as I mentioned in late 2025, my flow of videos and my flow of content was slow because I had to focus on Spanish classes and make sure that I passed them. And thankfully, I passed all of my Spanish classes with an A, and I'm very proud of myself for that decision. The point of this video is to show that I'm getting back on track now. This is me getting back on track with my videos, with my flow, with everything that I'm doing on this channel, The Language Bro. I'm an undergraduate student who's taking Spanish classes, and I'm planning on, taking 2 Spanish classes this upcoming semester, spring 2026. I have only 2 classes left to take in my final semester in UNLV, and then in May, I'm going to be finally graduating with a bachelor's degree in Spanish in May of 2026. So yeah, that's quite an accomplishment for me. The 2 classes that I'm going to be taking, I will be taking them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The times don't really matter because I'm going to have time on other days, basically using my time to make other videos, on other languages, on the grammar, on finishing the goals that I have for 2026. I'm only going to be taking 2 classes, and the rest of the days I'm going to be using my time wisely to make a lot of videos. The point of this video is to give an update, to show my goals for 2026 and basically get back on track. After the slow flow of videos in late 2025, I'm getting back on track to finish the languages that I'm starting and the languages that I'm finishing, basically. My goal is to get back on track. But of course, more importantly, I need to focus on my classes that I have left. I only have 2 classes left. I need to pass them and make sure that I graduate with a bachelor's degree in Spanish in May of 2026. As far as now goes, my objective has finally been reached. I mean that I'm getting back on track to fully pursue my language education, both as a student and as a language learner, especially on this channel, The Language Bro. Of course, I'll put my classes and graduation first and foremost. That's of course the most important thing. But at the same time, I'm going to be, doing more language videos because I'll have more time. If previously, I made like 1 to 2 videos a week with the time that I had, in the previous semester that was very, very busy. Now in this semester, and especially after I graduate, I'll have a lot of time to make a lot of videos. Like previously I was making 1 to 2 videos a week. Now it's time to do 2 to 3 videos a week, maybe sometimes even 4 videos a week, if I have time for that, okay? So basically the flow of content will be better, and I'm going to have more time to do videos, and I'm basically getting back on track. And that's the update that I wanted to give all of you. But more importantly, I want to have goals for this channel, The Language Bro, every single year, right? I'm going to have, as they say, new year, new resolutions and new objectives every year. I want to have new goals every year for this channel, for basically as long as I'm going to be doing language learning, basically, which for me seems like forever, and it will be. I have decided to take this flow of content and embrace it with every new year to come. Currently, my focus is on teaching the grammar of languages, along with the semantics and along with, how to use the grammar that with the languages that you like to learn. And, even in the future, in 2027, 2028, and years to come, maybe the flow of content will be different. Maybe, like I'll be showing videos of how to use the grammar that showing 100 useful phrases in all the languages that I know, speaking Spanish, speaking Russian, or, how to utilize Spanish, Russian, Italian, French, basically, making better and bigger videos and better and bigger and better and bigger. But as far as now goes, the objective for 2026 is, I have goals for 2026. 1 is to finish Italian because, I started learning Italian. 2, redo my Spanish video that a lot of people have been asking me to do because, that video completely needs to be redone. There's a lot of mistakes in that video. I did that video very carelessly, and now I need to redo that video after I'm done with Italian. Okay? And then, after I'm done with Spanish, I want to move on to Portuguese, learn another language. And then, after Portuguese, maybe the content after that will be different. I will be showing, how I use basically Spanish, Russian, French, Italian, all of the languages that I know now. Maybe in 2027, or maybe I'm just going to stick to grammar for a while. Every year will be new objectives, new goals every year to come, basically. Assuming that I'll finish all of these things in 2026, 2027 will have different goals. Like I said, every new year will be new goals, new objectives, new languages, basically. Besides this point in the video, there's actually another point that I would like to mention now that I'm getting back on track with the languages that I'm learning. My dream has always been to be a YouTuber, okay? And I finally achieved it as of 2026, okay? I started this channel back in the summer of 2023 when I was doing, Spanish videos. I did them very carelessly, and I'm very sorry about that. And then, in 2024, 2025, I, taught the grammar of other languages that I know, such as Russian, Hebrew, English, a bit of German, French, and now I'm doing Italian. I've basically been building my business and expanding my content over 2 years. But my dream has always been to be a YouTuber. And I finally accomplished this dream thanks to all of you, and thank you all for watching these videos. I've accomplished my dream over the course of 2 years, and now it's time to basically, get back on track, expand my business, and then basically make better videos, make everything bigger, basically. On the other side of the coin, my education, specifically my Spanish classes over these, 2 years, 2024 and 2025, my Spanish classes have taken a lot of time for me, and sadly, I couldn't execute the videos that I wanted to execute over time. As a result, I ended up, changing the flow of content, changing the languages, making new concepts, basically. And basically, my Spanish classes have taken a lot of time for me, but now it's time to finally finish my Spanish classes, get a bachelor's degree in Spanish, and basically make YouTube a full-time job, okay? And this is my point in this video, getting back on track. The point is, after my graduation, which will happen, in May of 2026, after my graduation, I can guarantee to all of you watching this video that basically YouTube will be a full-time job for me, because that's what I always wanted to be. YouTube will be a full-time job for me. I will expand my business, make my videos a lot better. Basically, I'm gonna embrace YouTube as my full-time job and basically doing this job nonstop because that's my dream. And I've accomplished it thanks to all of you, really. After graduating with a bachelor's degree, this will happen. But at the same time, I'm probably going to be making, graduation videos and things that I learned, how I learned Spanish in a university, how I learned Spanish in school, how to utilize the grammar that I know from Spanish. I'm probably going to be making lots of Spanish videos and lots of personal videos explaining how I learned Spanish, how I got my degree. After graduation, a lot of videos will come, a lot of personal videos, such as a graduation video, such as, personal videos. Videos will come after my graduation, basically. That's the thing that's basically the threshold for me. I want to pass that and then fully embrace YouTube as a full-time job. And to summarize the point in this video, this is me getting back on track. These are the plans that I have for 2026. Like I said, every year is going to be new plans, basically. But as far as now goes, currently in 2026, these are my goals. Number 1, finish Italian grammar. Number 2, redo my Spanish video. Number 3, start learning Portuguese. And then, I'm probably going to be doing it after, I graduate. And that's basically the 4th point. Graduation, then, make personal videos, make a graduation video, explain what I learned from Spanish. And then number 5, which is the biggest point, embrace YouTube as a full-time job. That's literally my dream. And basically, I want to be a YouTuber full-time. I like doing this job, and this job makes me very, very happy, okay? I love doing it. That's literally my dream come true, and I want to thank all of you watching this video and watching all of the other videos that I have on this channel, The Language Bro. And that's basically my update for all of you, okay? This is me getting back on track, making lots of videos as before, and returning to the normal flow of content, basically. Making like 2 to 3, maybe sometimes 2 to 4 videos a week, basically. That's the point of this video. This is me getting back on track. And before I finally conclude this video, I would like to mention one small point before the end of the video. Recently in the summer of 2025, I created a small gaming channel where I put gaming videos and they're very long videos. But the point is, my dream has always been to be a YouTuber, and specifically I like to do languages and I like to do video gaming. Okay, I'm taking the hobbies that I have and I'm making them a job, basically. I took language learning as a hobby and I turned it into a job, basically, right? And now I want to do the same thing with video games. I'm a very big fan of video games. They're my hobby, and I want this hobby to become a job as well. Okay, I started the channel in the summer of 2025, and the flow of the content has been extremely slow because you have to have a certain amount of subscribers, you have to have a certain amount of viewership. And it is getting there, but it's getting there extremely slowly, relative to my language channel. But as they say, slow progress is better than no progress at all. Okay, so I basically want the gaming channel to succeed, and even though I never ask anyone to like the videos, to subscribe, this time I would like to ask you to please subscribe to the gaming channel. It's free, you can always change your mind, and I really want the channel to succeed. Okay, the more videos you like and the more videos you watch, it just encourages me to basically, execute more content, basically. It makes me happy, and it encourages me to make even more videos. So if you haven't done so already, you can subscribe to this channel, The Language Bro, because we have a lot of plans for 2026, and then you can subscribe to the gaming channel, like the videos, and you can always change your mind in case you don't like the content. But I would highly appreciate it if you can subscribe to both channels, and then it basically encourages me to make content full-time, basically, right? These are my goals for 2026. This is me getting back on track. I want the gaming channel to succeed. This channel is already successful, The Language Bro. My goals for The Language Bro, especially after I graduate, is to, make bigger and better and bigger and better content While the gaming channel, well, it needs to reach monetization. You know, I have to have 1,000 subs, I have to have 4,000 hours of viewership. We're getting there, but I would like it to be faster. You know, it's free, you can always change your mind. So, you know, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the gaming channel and this channel. It makes me very happy and it encourages me to make more videos. But yeah, this is basically me getting back on track, giving an update to all of you. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.